Hey guys, it's Shalompopculture. How are you doing? And I'm really just gonna get into it because I know you've read the title and you're like, what? What is she talking about? But I'm gonna get into the reasons why I think Meg is pretty fake and like why she's an opportunist and why she does what she does. Okay, I'm gonna get right into it, so you better keep up with me. I'm not gonna go through her discography because I don't care. And plus, yeah, I'm not. That's not really what the video is about, and that's not what I'm focusing on. But I will give you a bit of context in case anyone doesn't know who Megan Thee Stallion is, because I understand some people might not know who she is. So Megan Thee Stallion, in 2019 released "Big Old Freak," and this is her first Billboard Hot 100 entry. And then her career began to take off in the summer of 2020 with her single "Hot Girl Summer" featuring Nicki Minaj and Ty Dolla $ign. This song basically put Megan on the map because this is when she came up with her catchphrase "Hot Girl Summer," and you literally could not go 2020, 2021 without hearing "It's a Hot Girl Summer" or "Hot Girl Ish." You could not go that summer without hearing it. It was massive. And that song went 2 times platinum. And that was really, really good for Megan. That was a very, very good look for Megan. That was fantastic because that was a massive hit. Like, I'm just saying, you just could not go 2020, 2021 without hearing like a hot girl summer, hot girl summer, you know what I mean? It was just a massive hit. And right after this, when the song sort of started to die down a bit, Megan decides to make a song with Cardi B, right? Putting two and two together, Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, obviously they don't get along. So it's like, you made a hit with someone. This is how I've seen it anyway. So she basically used Nicki Minaj for Hot Girl Summer. She got the hit that she wants to get. Now that that's died down, she wants to get another hit and a little bit more relevancy with Cardi B. That's just how I see it anyways, and that's how it sort of worked, because after that, Megan Thee Stallion was not talking about Nicki Minaj. She wasn't giving her as much praise. She wasn't really talking about her, and she kept it pretty mute. But then when she had the opportunity to work with Cardi B, Cardi B is so amazing. Oh, she's so talented. Da 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 da. But then literally the year prior, you were literally dissing her in your IG live with Nicki Minaj when you asked her to be on Hot Girl Summer. You were saying, "Oh, I'm going to write a rap," like, because obviously she's making fun of Cardi B, because we all know Cardi B doesn't write any of her music and she has Party to write for her, and Party is credited on like all of her songs. So she was basically taking the piss of Cardi B. And then she goes to make a song with her when she knows it's going to benefit her and make her money, which I think is pretty fake. Like, if you don't like someone or you don't want to make a song with someone, don't do it, if that makes sense. And I sort of have a theory. I feel like Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B's relationship, or friendship in quotation marks, is quite promotional. It's sort of like a PR relationship, but a friendship. Like, they both get something out of it in a way. Like, I feel like they are, at some point, they're probably going to make another song and they probably do want to make it as big as WAP. And yeah, whenever they take a picture together on Instagram or they're caught with like a video together, it does normally get a lot of likes. So I feel like it's just a bit of a PR relationship. I don't think they're that close, to be honest. They're probably just friends for interviews and gatherings, and then as soon as the cameras turn off, they're like mute. You know what I mean? And 2021 was Megan's year. All of her songs were going platinum, like her hits "Savage," "Body," and "Crybaby" featuring DaBaby. And her IG was taking off as well. And on her IG, this is what I started to notice, because this is when I started to sort of follow Megan. She was taking pictures of this girl all the time. And I was like, who is this girl? Like, she's always taking pictures with. Um, and then she was tagged on it, and it was Kelsey Harris. I was like, who is this girl? Like, she's always with Megan. Like, is she like her assistant or something? It was sort of giving like Kylie Jenner and Jordan Woods vibes, but like black, if that makes sense. Like, you know how Jordan Woods was always with Kylie Jenner, like all the time. Wherever Kylie was, Jordan was for them. That makes sense. That's what it sort of gave me. So I was like, who is this girl? And then I started to look into it, and it turned out Kelsey Harris and Megan have been friends since college, and they just really hit it off there, and they've just been friends ever since. So that's cute and all that. Fast forward, and this is where it gets a bit messy. So Megan is at a Rock Nation brunch, and she invites Kelsey as her plus one, to be nice, great, cute, whatever. And then at the brunch, Tory's there, Tory Lanez, and she introduces Kelsey to Tory Lanez. And she does this, Meghan does this on purpose because Meghan insists and tells Kelsey, I want you, she wants to pair Kelsey and Tory up to be in a relationship. So, Meghan is basically encouraging Kelsey, insisting, like pushing her to start something with Tory. And Kelsey's like, well, whatever, okay, like, yeah, I don't mind talking to him. And then fast forward just a little bit of time, not too much time, but just fast forward a little bit of time. Rona hits, and obviously this is where everyone has to self-isolate and go into quarantine. And this is when Kelsey ended up getting COVID pretty bad. So she goes back home to her home state. She moves back, and she couldn't be with Meghan anymore. She couldn't be hanging around with her in the house. She couldn't be basically being Meghan's plus one all the time because she had COVID. And this is when, while she is gone, this is why she is a horrible friend. Sorry, nothing can change my mind because of this. This is what makes her such a crap friend and just a bad person in my opinion. Because when I found this out, my jaw was on the floor. I was like, ah! So this is what makes her a bad person in my opinion. So whilst Kelsey's gone and she has COVID and she's quarantining in her house back home, this is when Meghan starts sleeping with Tory Lanez behind her back in secret, knowing that Kelsey was going to be in a relationship with Tory, knowing that they were sort of in talking stages and sort of getting, maybe a little bit intimate, knowing all of that, but she didn't care. She was still going to sleep with Tory. And the fact that she kept denying this was really funny because there's that Rock Nation picture where she literally has her butt on his, like, on him, if that makes sense. So yeah, so it's really funny because I'm like, Meg, don't need to lie. Even after the incident of Tory Lanez, she kept lying, saying, oh, I haven't been in a relationship with Tory, even though there's like 20 pictures where she's literally twerking on him and being really close and like really sexual with him. I'm like, babe, if you dated him, you smashed, just admit it. I would respect it and just rate you more if you just admit it and be like, yeah, I did it, whatever, boom, bada, boom. But she just kept denying it. But I've already done some videos on Meghan and Tory, so if you want to check them out, I will link them down below, and I'll post them in the comments or pin them for you guys. And this wasn't, according to Kelsey, this was not the first time that Meghan had done something like this. She used to do this in college. At a lot of college parties, Kelsey would say that she would be eyeing up a guy, or she thought a guy was attractive, and they'll start talking, and they'll sort of be in a talking stage maybe, or they just start talking at early stages. But she wanted to be in a relationship, and then Meghan would come along and basically like sleep with them or kiss them and basically ruin Kelsey's chance of ever being in a relationship with them. And plus the fact that Meghan was sort of moving up in the music industry and becoming a lot more famous, that sort of, yeah. So every time a guy was interested in Kelsey or vice versa, Meghan would just sleep with the guy, and then that would stop Kelsey from being with them, which is really disgusting, really gross. Like, can't believe anyone's talking about this. I can't believe no one is talking about this part. Like, when this is all revealed, I was in shock. I was like, you're sleeping with your best friend's guy? Like, do you know how weird that is? That is just strange. Anyways, yeah, I just feel like she's a bit of an opportunist because, so, she sleeps with her best friend's guy behind her back, and then she doesn't tell her, and then when Kelsey comes back to be with Meghan, she's sleeping with Tory. So Tory's like going back and back and forth and dilly dallying between Kelsey and Meghan. And obviously that's what ended up getting Meghan shot because they were arguing about that in the car. Because Tory revealed, I'm checking you, and okay, I shouldn't be laughing because it's not funny. Okay, I don't know why I'm laughing. It's not funny, but he's like, I'm checking you and thingy at the same time. And then that's when it got physical. They broke out in a fight outside the car. Like, the jewelry was found outside. I've already done videos on this, so I'm not going to elaborate too much. But, watch the videos because I explain all of this in my opinion. But yeah, that's what started the shooting anyways. But yeah, Meghan just is like, she strikes me as like she's everyone's friend. And there's nothing wrong with having too many, like a lot of friends. But it's like, there's a difference between an acquaintance and a friend. And I feel like Meghan mixes those two together. Like, she has her lines blurred. Like, what I would consider as an acquaintance is probably like Meghan's best friend, if that makes any sense. Like, she's always with someone different, and most of the time it's with someone's op. It's like, are you trying to, like, what are you trying to start? And then she always plays the victim and always plays like oh, I don't know what I'm doing, or oh, I can't do anything these days. It's like, Meghan, you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing by posting Instagram pictures of like scratch off, and like Cardi B, you know what you're doing when you knew what you're going into when you decided to make a song with Nicki Minaj, and then straight after that, as soon as you got your hit, as soon as you got your millions of dollars or how much you got from that song from going 2 times platinum, you decide to go with her up and make a song with Cardi B, and then get some of her fans on your side. That's the whole thing with these artists these days. They just want a Nicki Minaj feature so bad because the barbs will literally carry your career. During her early stages of Megan's career, I would say about 80 to 90% of them were probably barbs. Just gonna say it. And that goes for a lot of people who have a feature with Nicki Minaj. Normally at the start of their career or in the middle of career, most of them are barbs. Just like Doja Cat, when Nicki and her made that feature, majority of her fan base became barbs. I'm not saying before the feature she didn't have her own fans, but I would say the Doja Cat's fan base is a bit of a mix. It's got barbs in there. It has got some Nicki Minaj fans in there because of the feature, the Say So remix. So yeah, that's what I feel like she did. She used Nicki, got her money, got her stuff. As soon as Nicki wasn't benefiting her, as soon as she didn't see anything in Nicki, then she dropped her, went with Cardi B, and I wonder who she's going to move on to next, to be honest. And it's going to be quite interesting to see what she's going to do next and what she's going to do with her career, because she's sort of flopping. But obviously she's taking a break because of the whole Tory Lanez situation. Da 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 da. And obviously there had been a lot of, before the trial, people were saying that it was Kelsey that her in the foot because she was jealous that she was sleeping with all these guys. And it's not a reach. I'm just gonna say it's not a reach, because it does make sense. If your best friend is constantly talking to guys and trying to be in a relationship, and you're sleeping with the guys that she likes, and then you're drunk to the point where you pass out. This is not me that's saying it. This is what was said in the trial. So go watch the trial yourself. EJ, Megan Thee Stallion's hairstylist, said they were drunk, like drunk to the point where Kelsey passed out about 2 times and she had to be put to bed. She woke up again, and then was, at the party. Same thing, Megan. Like, Megan was drunk to the point where she was acting like a fool, and she had to go home, and she was embarrassing herself in front of Kylie Jenner and Tory Lanez to the point where she had to be walked out. So that's that. Um, I just think that maybe, but yeah, that's what I was trying to say before I was really interrupted. What was I talking about? Ah, yes, I was talking about basically, yeah. So Megan needed Nicki Minaj to be where she is now. You'd be lying if you said that without the Hot Girl Summer song wouldn't be where it, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, she was making it up and she was getting her first couple Billboard entries, but without the Hot Girl Summer song, without Nicki Minaj's feature, she would not be where she is now. Without the Barbs supporting her and riding for her so hard, her career would not be where she is now. Maybe she would be where she is now, but it would have taken a lot longer. She would have had to probably grind a little bit more harder, because I don't see her being where she is now without the Nicki Minaj feature. Um, and it's just really, really fake. I just don't. Megan, I just don't. I'm not into. I've just like, after that, after the WAP song, I just saw all her true colors, and I was like, And then obviously the Tory Lane situation happened, and all the news was coming out, and then obviously a couple years later, when it was revealed that she was sleeping with some of Kelsey's sort of potential boyfriends and guys, that just put the weirdest taste in my mouth. I just did not like her after that. I started not to like her. I was like, that's just disgusting. Like, and you claim that's your best friend, that's your homegirl. That's just gross, in my opinion. I don't know if maybe people were like, oh, and I know people are going to be like, oh, she's a victim, whatever, da 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 da, and that's great. Well, it's not great that she's a victim. Okay, I worded that very wrong. That's not great, obviously, but that doesn't excuse her from sleeping with her best friend's potential guy, and, like, you know what I mean? No one's talking about this, and it's really worrying. And people are riding so hard for Megan Thee Stallion. They're like, protect black women, da 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 da. No one protects her, da 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 da. Tory Lanez, like, get Tory Lanez in jail. But, like, where were you guys when she released Traumazine? Where was the support for Traumazine with her 68,000 first week? Where were you guys? You were nowhere to be found. This is why I keep saying you need your own fan base, because obviously you turned on Nicki Minaj, so I don't even know I don't even know the rest of her fan base, but you guys weren't supporting her during Traumazine because those numbers were not looking good. So, if you're gonna say something, back it up by actually supporting and buying their music. Don't just be talking on Twitter and saying random paragraphs on Instagram. If you really mean it, support her music and actually help her. which you aren't. So yeah, that's why they need other fan bases. That's why artists want to collaborate with Nicki Minaj, because they know the barbs are going to get them the hit that they want. They know that the barbs are so strong that they will probably get a top 10 hit. That's why they want to collab, because no one has their own fan bases these days. No one has fan bases as strong as Barb's, Swifties, or the Beehive. Simple as that. I said what I said. Or the Ironators. Ariana Grande can release something and it will go number one, number two, whatever. So that's the reason why. And yeah, I'm not really rocking with Megan. Ever since I found out all that stuff, I'm not really rocking with her, to be honest. I wish her the best. And I hope that actually, you know what, in the future, I hope I see something different from Megan and her music, because her music is just so boring now. It's the same beat, the same flow, the same. Like, do something different. The day that Megan doesn't talk about sex in a song, I think I'll actually fall down to my knees, because I'll be like, oh my gosh, she's not talking about her coochie and like what she's gonna do to a guy. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna faint. I'll probably, I don't even know why I'll do. I'm speechless. I'll actually pay you money if Megan Thee Stallion today, imagine today, she came back on social media and was promoting a song on Instagram or whatever and was like, guys, I'm releasing my new album tomorrow, I'm releasing my new song. I bet you £50 she is going to talk about sex in one of those songs, if not all of them, and her beat is going to be like this for every single song. That's it. Her topics don't change, her flow doesn't really change, and that's about it. She's an amazing freestyler. Oh my gosh, I can't remember which freestyler it was, but she's freestyling and she literally sounded like Tupac. I kid you not, and it was so good. If I can find it, I'll try and put it up. But it was so good, and now it's just stagnant and it's not very great. Her writing is just very the same. I'm like, aren't you dating a writer? Aren't you dating a guy who's literally like manufactures rap hits for other artists? It's like, can you not ask Party for help? But anyways, guys, I tried not to make this video too long because it's just me blabbering for like 20 minutes. But hopefully you like the video. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and I'll leave a link below to my other Tory Lanez videos and Megan Thee Stallion videos. And I'll leave a link below to my blog page where you guys can read my music reviews. I just posted one on Victoria Monet and Bryson Tiller's new duet, because that song is a chef's kiss. Have a nice day or night wherever you are, and bye.